There's a drain in the middle of the floor. And this would be fine if the floor was in the bathroom or the basement or any other room where drains normally reside. But this isn't a bathroom or a basement. It's my bedroom. I'm not sure how long it's been there, but I noticed it 2 months ago when I was rearranging my room. I have a friend who believes in all that feng shui stuff, and while I think it's a bunch of new age crap, she swears it's helpful. So I decided to indulge her and we rearranged the furniture. But now there's this drain in the middle of my room. So thanks, Tara. I usually try to ignore the drain by throwing a rug across it, and that works pretty well. Until last month. I noticed the rug was askew, and when I tugged on it to put it back in place, there was this scraping sound mixed with a squishing noise. When I lifted the rug, I found teeth. Bloody, jagged teeth, some held together by globs of flesh. I screamed and dropped the rug before bolting out of the room and into the kitchen, where I huddled in the corner of the room. Why were there bloody teeth in my room? Where did they belong to? How did they get there? And why do I feel like they came from the drain? I'm not sure how long I sat there with my racing thoughts, but eventually I got up and grabbed the broom before returning to my room. I swept up the teeth and tossed them in the trash, put the rug back in place, and then went to bed. I live in an apartment, so with the drain in my bedroom, I opted for the couch in the living room. Things were quiet for the next few days, and I'd begun to think I had dreamed up the teeth under the rug. Until I was trying to fall asleep last Thursday night and heard a chittering sound. It was faint, so I figured it was coming from one of my neighbor's rooms, but then I heard the gurgling. It accompanied the chittering sound, the cacophony lasting for 10-minute intervals. After the teeth incident, I was certain it was coming from the drain. So, armed with a knife, I crept into my bedroom. I did my best to silently approach the drain and peered into it. The space beneath the grate was pitch black, until suddenly, 3 eyes appeared just beneath the metal grate. I choked back a scream as I brought the knife down through a slat in the grate and into one of the blinking eyes. There was a shriek as the creature reeled back, and I had to bring my other hand to help me keep hold of the knife as the creature writhed. I eventually pulled it back out of the grate and saw the tip was coated with a beige, viscous substance. I threw the knife across the room, replaced the rug, and sat on the couch until morning. When sunlight finally peeked through my curtains, I had mustered up enough courage to retrieve the knife. As I crossed the rug in my bedroom, I felt something squelch, then crunch beneath my feet. I continued my knife retrieval journey and then returned to my room with a broom, which I used to flip back the rug once more. The squelch that I heard earlier was an eyeball, presumably the one I had stabbed last night, but now it was smeared across the hardwood like a trampled ketchup packet. And the crunch belonged to another array of teeth, these ones broken shards courtesy of my foot. Nauseous, I returned to the couch where I contemplated my next move. Whatever it was that hid beneath the drain, it wasn't a rodent, so an exterminator would be useless. This wasn't the X-Files, so I couldn't just dial up Scully and Mulder. With few other options, I cleaned up the mess and then decided to go stay with my brother for a week. I'm not sure if he believed my story about the drain, but he let me crash on his couch and it took my mind off things. Creepy things with bloody teeth that watched you from a drain at night. After the week with my brother, I returned to my apartment to find it the same as I left it. Even the rug was still in place. Feeling a bit reassured, I went back into my bedroom and crept towards the drain. While the room seemed intact, I had to check the drain for myself. I pulled the rug away and inspected the drain. It looked like a normal drain. No teeth, no viscous fluid, no gurgling sound. Just an ordinary drain. I put the rug back in place and continued with my evening. That was 2 days ago. Today I woke up and noticed that the drain was open. The grate that usually covered it was bowed instead of flat, as if something had pushed up from beneath, and the hard wood along the edge of the drain had splintered. And stuck to the splintered fragments were tufts of black hair. There's a thick trail of sludge running from the now open drain to my bathroom, the door of which is ajar. I can hear something scuttling across the tiled floor in there, and occasionally I'll see whatever it is dart past the cracked door. I hear a gurgling sound and pull my gaze toward the drain again. There are 2 hairy tendrils sticking out of the drain now, and judging by their size alone, they belong to something the size of a small dog. I think I'll go stay with my brother again.